Bonsoir, mes amis. Welcome back to Monaco. Last time we broke into the Lebanese embassy and took some passports. Today we'll be knocking over a bank. This time let's take out my personal favorite character, which is the Lookout. The first thing to notice is the Lookout's ability. The Lookout can see a greater amount of the map without having to have direct line of sight on it, so we can see we're actually very close to our objective. And also, while the Lookout is sneaking rather than running, you can see where enemies and others are on the map. We're also introduced to some new items, such as piles of money. When you run into the pile of money, it spawns 3 gold pieces. And finally, we run into civilians. Civilians can't do any damage to you directly, but if a civilian sees you, they will try to grab the nearest guard and direct them towards the last place the civilian saw you. More often than not, civilians also carry gold pieces. If you're playing as Hector, you can easily get those, but if not, just barely brushing up against the civilians will usually be enough to grab the gold pieces. We also have disguises. When you put on a disguise, you become not invisible to guards, but while the disguise is effective, the guards will not alert on you. You can notice the ticks on the disguise will slowly go down while you are in sight of a guard or a civilian, and while you're out of sight, the ticks will not go down at all. We also have ATMs. ATMs work like the cash piles, except that you have to actually open the ATMs. Along with all those, we also have safes. Safes carry 10 pieces of gold, and will pop up more often than I would really like in later levels. They also take painfully long to open, even though it's only 6 seconds. Down here we have our friend Pierre again. Once again, we'll be coming back to him later. This is a running theme throughout the game. Oftentimes you'll run into areas full of money with a safe in them, and unfortunately they're also guarded by a fairly robust laser grid. In this case, I'd try to dash in before the guard turns the laser grid back on, but unfortunately with the guards here, my disguise would wear off and then they'd start beating me to death. Sometimes when power grids are turned off or turned back on, they can actually knock out your viruses. It'll definitely happen when the power grid is turned off, but occasionally there'll be a... if the power grid's off for long enough, it will actually reassert itself in some areas, such as the lights turning back on. I accidentally used a smoke bomb here, but there'll be a better use of it coming up here shortly. Smoke bombs make you completely invisible, except to laser alarms while you're within the cloud. This has the effect of 1, immediately reducing the alert level of anybody caught nearby to the smoke cloud, and 2, it gives you about 3 seconds of invisibility. If you use it right, you can actually stand completely still and guards may return to their patrol path before they even realize they saw you. Of course, no main bank vault would be complete without a lot of lasers. This is one of a few points in the game where you can feel like a real damn ninja by just dancing around all the lasers. With these rotating lasers, once they focus on you, it takes maybe a second for them to actually raise the alarm. If you're playing in multiplayer, there's a power box in the upper left of this floor that will turn off all the lasers. One person can keep that off and the other person can run around the vault. Unfortunately, this room's going to be in a bit of a problem, so something you can do, if you have enough coins, is spam your items to get everything done. More than a couple times there will be problem rooms in various levels, and sometimes the only way to get through them is brute force. While using the smoke bomb, it can be a good idea to dive into a nearby bush, since the invisibility will cause any guards to be unable to see you when you go into it.
Eh oh, c'est quelqu'un? J'aurais juré d'entendre quelque chose.
quelqu'un ici? J'étais sûr d'avoir entendu quelque chose.
Hey, je
Quoi?
suis là-bas.
Il y a un bruit, donc, qui va là?
Allez, monte. J'aurais juré d'entendre quelque chose.
C'est pas bien grave, de toute façon.
And with that, all we have to do is return the way we came.
Quoi? Écoute, tant pis. Quoi? Je pense que c'est...
That's it for the bank robbery. Join me next time when we finally meet with our mysterious benefactor. But first, didn't we see Pierre? Yeah, let's go back and see what Pierre's life story is today. Unfortunately, it seems like Pierre has run onto some rather rough times after we escaped from prison. This is a running theme throughout Pierre's stories, is that a lot of his misfortunes are caused by us. Poor Pierre. See you next time.